Ciao Richard, first of all.
Ciao Gabriele, nice to meet you again in Santiago in your nice workshop.
Yeah, you're welcome back to the Coltello in Festa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a second or the third time for me here to the Coltello di Festa in Maniago.
Yeah. So this is the 20th anniversary. So
25th anniversary.
20th.
20th anniversary, okay.
So I think that it's good to have you here. And of course, it's a big pleasure, of course, as usual, to have in our factory. So let's see what's they prepare for us today.
Yeah, molto grazie, molto grazie. And also I'm very nice to be here. And you invited me every time, and I see some new stuff.
Yeah.
We meet us, and the first time I make a project with Mercury and Igor from MKM. I mean, it was 2017 or 18. And this was a small slip joint, the Fahrer, but I like to have a Fahrer with clip. And then we make 300, 400 or 500 from this. And after I like to make more collaborations or the own stuff. Fox is the best and the biggest manufacturer here in Maniago. And so I got the connection via Igor to you.
That's true.
And then we started the first project with the Manias.
With the Manias,
I think Manias was the first project.
Yeah, correct. Was
and
the
in 2019 or 18?
I think that was just before the pandemic.
That was but I don't know. I think 2019.
19, I think, because I remember this, that the Mania was the first collaboration that we did together.
Yeah, the Mania.
Yeah.
The Mania.
So thanks to MKM actually that we met, because before we never met.
No. I think so. This was the point, the first point for the first meeting.
Yeah.
And so the first, what he said to me was, but for an OEM, you must wait 2 years. And then I said, I cannot wait for 2 years. And so we have a little bit of fight in the first meeting. And so I presented my design of Goody von Poppel. Mm-hmm. And after, I mean, also, or was Markus Reichert?
I think that we started with the Mania, and after that, but was very quick. After that, we did the 3 fixed blade from Reichert.
Markus, the Perser, the big one, 140 XXL, and the
143,
103.
Yeah,
and this was very successfully models. Yes. Also for you now. You have also in your stock.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the 2 first projects that we did together. Yeah. And then we fall in love, of course.
Exactly.
I think
it's good. No, the Mania.
I think my personally favorite is the Mania.
Yeah.
Of the design of Goody von Poppel. And you was fall in love very fast with the Tiger.
Yeah, but it's true that with the Mania we're doing now the 3rd edition.
Yeah.
So I think Mania was the most long life and series that we were doing.
And I think in the future we will make another ones.
Yeah, it's true that we have a couple of extra new projects that are coming.
Yeah,
that by Christmas some of them are coming ready.
Yeah,
but Mania I think is the most let's say long-term project that we think we're going to develop. Yeah.
Okay, and how is the creative and decisional making process between you?
So you're saying who is taking...
How is the process when you design something?
The process, before only we make emails, but now we have our own WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And we talk sometimes
every day.
More times, also weekend. But we have a very good connection together. Mm-hmm. Private, also business. So we found, I think it's also not only a partnership, also a friendship. I know his family, he knows my family. We have a family business, and Gabriele Frati is a family business. So we have a good connection.
We have a good passion for dogs.
Pleasure for dogs, pleasure for good food, for wine.
That makes easy the business sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
why not? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very, very important point. The point is before we was only a dealer, and in 2017, in the early 2018, I realized when I have a future in this business, I must have a better contact to the manufacturers to understand what is the problems from a manufacturer, and so I learned many things from Gabriele about production, about was it possible, was it not impossible. In the end of the day, we cannot do every projects like the
original
prices.
design also.
We must search for materials, we must search for designs. Then we need a trend. Every year we have another trend for materials, for colors,
Yeah.
for blades, whatever. And this is so more the part from the dealer. We have more the connection to the customers, and we have many input about our Facebook groups, Instagram, YouTube. And so we learn something, what can be the trend of the next
Yeah.
time, the size maybe, or the technical point. And so we have we stay many times in discussions. And but Gabriele is the last point and said, okay, I can do that or I can not do that.
So there is some, very some very funny stories. Sometimes we receiving drawings from Richard, from Dirk, also from Midgard. And when I saw them, honestly, sometimes I'm making a stop and say, okay, guys, this is not possible to make it.
Yeah.
Or if we can make it, we need to change many different things. We can keep the concept, but actually can be as you draw. So, but I think that a good partnership between customer and manufacturer is this one, that you can share and you can honestly say, yes, we can, no, we cannot, even because most of the times, market is not only designs and products. Market is also price points. It's also what will be the final MSRP price, because that's also driven the manufacturing, the choice that we put on the products.
Many points.
Yeah, many points.
Many points. Not so easy.
Yeah, it's not so easy.
Yeah, it's not so easy.
Yeah.
We have a question. We have a discussing in every time in YouTube or in the communities. What is a tool for using and what is a tool for collecting. And this is the biggest point. I mean, of success. We have not so much companies in this world. You can know about the picture. This is a brand. So Dirk Hofmeister, the owner of Midgardsmesser from Germany, he is a guy. He have a special points of his knives. So many people can when they see the picture of the knife, they can see, okay, this is a Midgards knife. This is a very big point, and we was also discussing about the full piece. Maybe the full piece. This is for me one of the best multi tools from the materials, from the quality of the market for the price now. And maybe this can be also for Fox a changing moment in the future.
Yeah, let's say that also limited editions sometimes are limited just because you're going to add value to the products, adding maybe costly materials, And as Richard saying, sometimes, in this time, especially, it's very difficult to say if it's a limited or it should be a running product, because, depending also on the pockets of the customer, because we're thinking that maybe 500, 600, 1,000 euro is expensive for a regular knife, but nowadays, for maybe the market as it is, sometimes the 500, 600 is ongoing, because the people, and especially the in specific model, is a knife is like a watch, there is watches that are you have a list or 2 years waiting for some brands, and Rolex, for example. We don't want to make advertising, but
when we speak about brands,
but brands, yeah, that's true. So sometimes a limited edition can be as a normal knife that everyone want to carry, that we think is too expensive, but at the end of the day, just something that the people wants to have because they want to carry it, you know.
And the market is very heavy to learn what is every year. We have market points of 200 euros, 400 euros, 600 euros. Tools for Gents was starting in the beginning with very expensive knives. In the 2016 we started this business with Russian knives, and the starting point was over 400 euros for Russian mid-caster knives. So we comes down more and more after Corona, after the war in Europe with Ukraine and Russia. And so we learned when we like to survive, we must go more down from the prices. So also we must speak with Fox, with Gabriele, what is possible for a cheaper price to have a production in Europe, you know. That's also a big point for us.
Yeah, and I think that the choice that Midgards and Tool for Gents, of course, did to come over in Italy, and especially in Maniago, to have their products manufactured, is of course giving good health of Maniago, good health to our factory, to our families that are working, of course, for us, because it can give a long future, a long business collaboration that, of course, can grant some developments in manufacturing, new equipment, and so on. So we really think that this kind of collaboration, especially with the customers, Richard and Mirk and Dirk, of course, that they decided to move most of their production from Far East to Maniago is going to help, of course, our business as Fox Knives, but also our town. I think we have some ideas.
We have project numbers from 35.
Yeah,
and Tools for Gents, we have, I think, also
10, 12 going on.
Yeah, so this is a point also to survive in this market.
Yeah.
To have special stuff, special products, limited products. And this is interesting for the people.
Yeah.
More interesting.
Yeah, let's say that every day we're talking with for something. And one of the things that, especially as the last consequence of the last knife attacks that happened in Germany, we've been talking a lot in the last weeks how to make products that are giving the possibility to the people in Germany, but not only in Germany, of course, to have a tool that a knife is not a knife, is not a weapon. Knife is a tool, is always been as a tool, and as a tool should be considered as that, because we are not making weapons. We're making tools that they need, that tools that helping people to do their daily jobs, to do their daily meals, and so on. So, we have to give the feel to the authorities that a knife should not be banded as a weapon. A knife is the oldest tool that the human has on hand.
It's the oldest knife in the history.
Yeah. So it's the oldest object that is found in the history.
You're right. Also, a car or a truck can be a weapon.
Exactly.
In the
car attacks that happen
in the wrong hands. So the point is not the tool. The point is the hand who works with the tool.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this is, I think, now. The political situation is now they find no solution for the problems, for the criminal problems, and we learned from the history also in Italy. 120 years ago, we have here a law, a rule, knives from the blade without tip. But but I think 2-3 years ago, this law was closed, was finished. The criminal tax was the same. This was more the stilettos.
Was banned
for the Italian guys
because it was related to the mafia, but
it was mafia knife, but the mafia was not
don't need us to
laws. The problem criminals will have no interest on laws. But to be criminal is forbidden in every country. But this is the point.
One of the funniest things that most of the times that we're talking each other over the phone, and we normally talking at least 1 or 2 times per week. And it depends on the weeks, actually. But in some weeks, we're never talking about knives. We're talking of many other things and not about knives. We're talking, personal life, food, wines,
About the future.
about future. But, this is one, with the relation that I think, as Richard said from the beginning, is not just only business, is also something of personal feeling, to talk what was his past life, our past life, what are our future lives, how we can see what is the market trends, but not only really online. We're talking about financial sometimes, we're talking about, boats, like sports,
everything. But
we're fighting with soccer.
I
sometime Italy and Germany.
I started the business 2016, but before I have another company in Switzerland, and I was I was in finance management for companies and for private people, and so we have. The problem is in a big company like Fox Knives, you have every time a problem about the financing of the employees, of the projects, of the new machines, and so we share our experiences and our knowings about how we can get more money from the market, from the banks, from whatever, and that's a very important point.
Yes, but anyway, I think one of the funnest thing was one of the last Blade shows that I was in Atlanta waiting for Richard, but at the end I called Richard and said, Richard, where are you? And he was in Germany because the flight was cancelled. So
was Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I like to go with the owner of PMP Knives and with one of my partner from Dennis.
Yeah.
And then we go to the airport in Zurich, in Switzerland, and 1 hour before to go the closing gate, they say your flight is delayed of 5 hours. And then 2 hours later, we was invited to a lunch from the flight company. But then they said the flight is cancelled. And then the problem was many other, this was a software problem worldwide in the January this year. And so the problem was they have no flight for the next day and for the same day.
And we have a dinner booked together.
So we will, there was, the possibility was 3 days later. Or you must fly about Canada with 1 night, or Dubai with 1 night. Very
crazy,
complicated, and so we cannot go to this exhibition to Las Vegas.
So I was working on the table about Richard, and Richard was in Zurich.
We have we have the meeting with Gogan, with Schwabe, and with the Midgardsmesser, but I cannot go. So I learned it's not always everything possible.
Easy,